Bonjour and foutoir, France. So, you wanted to play games and you wanted to have your little mock Last Supper mocking millions of Christians. How you enjoying that dark? How you enjoying the dark, France? Hmm? Maybe you should read Galatians 6:7 that talks about if you mock God, you reap what you sow. That might just be the reason that you're in the dark. I don't wish ill on you, but it's not going to surprise me, not one lick, if you end up with bigger issues, much, much larger issues during this whole debacle you're calling the Olympics. Let's see, you've had rain during the opener, no one could hear the music, you mocked God, and now you're having a power outage. Hmm, what's next? I wonder. I really do. I wonder. Um, I don't, like I said, wish ill on anyone, but it's not going to surprise me, not one lick, if I start seeing major injuries. Not that I'm watching any of this because I refused to watch the French Parisian Olympic Games, when you decided to pull the stunt you did about the Last Supper. I said right then and there, I'm not watching, not one iota. Everybody has a choice, and I choose to exercise not watching. Now, see, I was always under the impression, like a couple of the other YouTubers that I watched, one in particular, uh, that said that we always thought the opening games were to show what the host country had to offer. So you have blackouts, shitty weather, and mocking God to offer. Yeah, I think I'll pass on ever visiting France. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not down with any of that. Um, I'm gonna pass, and you can continue to have your little whatever that is you're having over there, because it's not the Olympics. At least not the Olympics I'm used to watching. um, Excuse me. Pardonnez-moi for the cough. Um, you are embarrassing yourself in front of the world, France. Good job. Excellent job. I'm proud of you. Not really. Not really, not at all. Um, God is not to be mocked. He's just not. That's like poking the world's largest bear. A small bear can do damage. Could you imagine what the world's largest bear could do? You don't care. You're too busy being into one another and into your Sodom and Gomorrah-esque escapades. I personally find the whole thing sickening. Absolutely sickening. Gross, actually. And I don't use that word lightly. So, if anyone in France is watching this and wants to join for a course of like 5 minutes and explain what in the, oh wait, that's right, you can't join, you don't have any internet because you don't have any power. Never mind, my bad, I'm sorry, my mistake, but I'm sure you'll catch this on the rerun when and if your power ever comes back. Now, what would happen if you were cast into eternal darkness? What if you were cast into that for the rest of eternity? that you're experiencing now? How would you feel? Genuinely, how would you feel? I think you probably begin to, at some point, lose your mind. That's my impression, anyway. Um, you know, I don't even know what else to say to y'all. Uh, I do. Like I said in my video over on Rumble, you guys have only got to deal with this until the next summer games, and then LA will probably outdo you guys in their debauchery. Because, well, let's face it, LA's known for its debauchery and stupidity. So, y'all just got to hold on for just a little smidget of time till the next Summer Olympics. I think it's in like 8 years. Because I think the next 4 will be winter games, and then the summer games again. So the next set of summer games will be when we'll probably forget all about you, France, because we're going to be too busy wondering what in the hell Los Angeles did to top y'all. If anybody could do it, it'll be LA. I'm just saying. I'm trying to give y'all your 5 minutes to have one of your representatives who might have a generator or something hop up and explain why you chose to have that heffalump play Jesus. The sweaty, greasy one. Yeah, the sweaty, greasy one that... Ugh. And what was that circus clown on the end? The one with the red curls. That was a circus clown. Who was that supposed to represent? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You've got somebody who represented Miss Piggy, who was playing Jesus. Then you had a circus clown that's not on the very end, but next to the end, that had the red hair. I'm still trying to figure that one out. The only one that might maybe have an out would be that poor kid that got dragged onto the stage, who you probably lied to and told that this is normal. I just pray that child is actually led to the truth at some point and realizes that what you guys are representing is debauchery. But the rest of y'all that were up there on that stage, y'all going to hell. For real. Y'all going to hell. Wendy. 100% agree with you on that one, Wendy. Definitely sickening. I didn't watch it. I've caught glimpses and bits and pieces of people commenting on it. But yeah, I didn't actually get to, or didn't want to watch it. I didn't watch the last summer games when they were flying the alphabet flags. Wendy says, "Howdy, Mutt and Mrs. Mutt."
Hello.
We are working on and she's working on setting it up. I was working on the questions earlier. We're going to have, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, we're going to have a trivia night, and she's setting up some of that. So, oh, me either. 100% me either. Nope. Y'all out back, you think I'm watching that debauchery. I'm serious when I say I'm not going to be surprised if you start seeing very serious injuries at these games. God is not to be mocked. And that is exactly what whatever that was supposed to represent. So, France, as I said in the opener, bonjour, foutoir. If you don't know what that means, to my American friends and family, find you a good Frenchman. They might tell you. It's not polite.
I don't know French, and I think I know what it means.
Oui, madame. Yes. It, it yeah. We actually have a hand gesture here that means the same thing. I'll put it that way. So yeah, I'm just floored by the disgusting act, and I know that I'm repeating myself, but it bears repeating that was just not. I mean, and yes, I'm the Celtic mutt, but I do have some French heritage, as I explained in one of my other videos. My great great grandmother, I believe it was, came here during the French Revolution to escape persecution and potential death, or at least her family did. And I used to have some pride in having a touch of French in me, but not anymore. Not after that. The committee, the committee is just as vile as the city of Paris. Apparently, is my only answer, Wendy. I can only assume that the committee is as nasty and vile as they're all second.
Ones that planned it and approved it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're just as vile and nasty as the performers. I mean, all of them were cross dressers except for that one boy. I is what I've been led to believe. And I would have to wonder what kind of parents would allow their child to be put on stage with a group of cross dressers, drag queens, if you will. I'm just saying that's my question. I mean, you want to do that in the privacy of your own home, cool. But that's how you want to represent your country? That's pathetic. Utterly pathetic. I can't fathom. I can't fathom allowing my child. This kid didn't look any older than maybe 10. My 10-year-old to be on that stage with those men. I would be afraid for my child's safety, to be honest. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna, I know my opinion is not popular in certain circles, but I don't care. I'm just absolutely beside myself with disgust and anger at that. I was looking forward to maybe watching some of the Olympics, but on sheer principle alone, I can't watch any of it now.
I refuse to.
And I know you were interested in watching some of it.
Yeah.
Originally, but now after that, I can't. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, baby. But me personally, I'm not going. If you decide you want to watch something, I'm not going to watch it with you.
I refuse to because of that behavior.
Yeah, I'm not. If I watched it, I would be condoning.
I'm not going to condone that.
Exactly. If I were to watch any of the Olympics now, it would be condoning that behavior. I was raised better than that. I liked both the summer and the winter games. I really did.
There are certain events that I
enjoy. I used to be down with watching the men's and the women's Olympic gymnastics team. I was all down for that. I remember having a crush on Mary Lou Retton. Are you kidding me? But now, they can look. All I'm going to say is this: whoever's in charge of Team USA, get them the hell out of France before something happens. and our athletes become tragedies because God is not to be mocked. And I would hate to see Americans injured for the stupidity of the French. And that is my opinion. You don't have to like it. Hell, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. There are hundreds and thousands of other channels that you could join and go watch right now, right this second. They're live. But after, I do have to admit, I laughed pretty heartily when I found out that they're undergoing a power outage, and the title of the power outage was "Mocking God?" question mark. Power outage in Paris. But I need listen. I need to reiterate something I put in another video before. I need somebody from France that has some pull that can come get that thing in New York Harbor that is called the Statue of Liberty. That was, we don't need the second hand. We don't need the secondhand cast-offs, okay? Egypt didn't want it, so you sent it to us, saying that it was a gift, blah, blah, blah. We don't need your secondhand cast-offs, okay? For those of you who don't know, yes, it was originally supposed to go to Egypt during the building of the Suez Canal, but the designer of the canal said that it was too large and was too expensive. So Egypt rejected it. It wasn't even supposed to be ours. So they can come get their junk. They really can. I've never been a fan of the Statue of Liberty anyway. Not since I've been old enough to do my own research and found out a few things about it. I'm not overly thrilled about it. But, that's my opinion. Although I'm not in that boat alone, from what I understand. There are many who believe that that thing is demonic or represents Lucifer, the light bringer, and it's androgynous in nature. So, that's neither here nor there with the Olympics, but it is worth noting that France thought so much of us that they gave it to us as an afterthought. Thanks, but no thanks. Come get your junk. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents and my take on the Statue of Liberty. Anybody want to discuss was there anything in the opener that I missed that hasn't not been discussed? That's the question. Is there? I mean, it's not like it wasn't bad enough that they were mocking the Bible by having the pale horse. Now, see, if they realized what they were doing, I don't think they would have mocked the pale horse. Because the pale horse is death, and Hades rode behind it. So y'all want to have the pale horse of death come through Paris? Be prepared for Hades to follow behind. Revelation 6, by the way, talks about that. This is not a Bible class. I just happen to know that. Oh, me either. Me either, Mama Mermaid. Me either. Absolutely not. I don't condone any of the mess that was presented to represent France on the Olympic opening night. And are you the same mermaid that is also following me on X? I believe that was the name. I want to say something mermaid was recently followed me on X as well. When I posted my video about the Olympics over there. If not, I apologize for being confused, but I thought maybe. But, I don't blame you for not condoning any of it. If anything, we should be condemning it much harder than we are. And like I said, I personally am of the belief that we need to get the U.S. Olympic team, all of the U.S. Olympic team, out of there. Before hell does follow the pale horse of death that they had represented. Just my opinion, folks. If anybody disagrees with it, so be it. If you're enjoying this conversation of me talking to myself and you guys as well, please hit the like button. I have this thing about numbers and them being somewhat even, and I've got 4 people watching and 1 like. So if somebody who hasn't hit the like button would please hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Wendy, I used to love the Olympic gymnastics team. I agree with you 100%. Like I said, I had a thing for Mary Lou Retton back in the day, but I don't think even she would, I would hope not anyway, would condone that debauchery. Like I said earlier, it reminded me of what the Bible says Sodom and Gomorrah was like. And who was the giant fat blue Smurf? Who was he supposed to represent?
Dionysus.
Oh, the god of wine and debauchery?
Yes.
I know it's the god of wine. He was supposed to be the god of wine. I don't know about debauchery.
Yeah.
But
yeah, wine debauchery, pretty much.
Okay, that makes sense then. France, wine, debauchery, France. Yeah, it makes sense. I got it now. But could you imagine going out on stage being looking like a giant fat Papa Smurf? I couldn't do it. I agree with you, Wendy. I'd love to hear what they have to say. I would love to hear what they have to say about it. Of course, they're not going to say anything while they're over there. But when they get back over here, I would love a good conservative channel to offer them. And I will say this, not that any of them will ever see this. And I know this. Not that any, but I extend the invitation to interview any of the U.S. Olympic team, and I mean any of the Olympic U.S. team that thought that was absolutely disgusting and uncalled for, to come on the channel, and I would happily interview you because I personally want to hear what you have to say. Like I said, not that they'll ever see it, but it is out there. They have been formally invited to come on the Mutts American Mosaic and be interviewed about what they thought about the opening Olympics. Oh, they did, Wendy. They did that. They do that almost at every Olympics. To be honest, that this is not the first time. I think the last Olympics they talked about that. The handing out of thousands of condoms at the Olympic Games. Yeah, they talked about that at the last games. I mean, most of these are consenting adults. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do anyway. So, I mean, but I don't understand why they felt the need to A, hand it out, and B, make a big advertisement about it. If you want to do it on the slide and not talk about it, not make it the focus, a focal point of, oh, look what we did for our Olympic athletes. We gave them condoms. You know, I don't understand why they would do that. Why they would make a big deal about it. I mean, but that's me. Uh-oh. Here comes Mrs. Mutt.
I've still got more work to do, but my battery's almost dead.
Hey, where are you going?
To put my computer on.
Mm-hmm. You got fans on this channel, woman.
And I look like crap, man.
I don't care. Love you.
Love you. Hi, everybody.
I bought a license. We can do that in public. See? There's proof of the license. Right there on my left hand. Anyway.
Do I need to grab the copy of the license to show them?
No. It's all good. Wendy says howdy.
Hello.
You know, it just, I mean, I know that the world is going to have this downward spiral towards the end, but I didn't realize they were going to televise the downward spiral towards the end.
Apparently you had a kitten tent, whether you knew it or not.
Oh, I know. I know. Oh, she's hanging out with Mama, or no, Auntie. Auntie, yeah. One of the black kittens is hanging out with her auntie. So, but you know, I don't know. I felt like I needed to go live after I saw that about the power outage. And still felt some kind of way about it, so I still needed to vent. I wonder how many. Now there's a statistic that I would love for them to actually have. What percentage of a normal Summer Olympics audience have they lost due to that opener alone? That's the question I would personally love to see.
Yeah. NBC and Peacock.
Well, there's no point in watching it because, well, there's not going to be.
I'm saying NBC and Peacock. How much has their viewership gone down?
Yeah. NBC, Peacock, and what is it, Fox?
I don't know about Fox, but I know NBC and Peacock.
Yeah, I know Peacock. Yeah, and I know at one point USA was, but I don't know about this year.
I don't know. Actually, yes, because
Monday night
Raw is on Sci-Fi for like 2 weeks,
right?
Because of the Olympic coverage.
That's right. Yep. Do we dare call it the Olympics anymore? I question that. The Olympic.
The Olympic joke.
Yeah. Yep. The debauchery Olympics. Anyway, so I'm. Oh wow! You know what? That doesn't work. there's no light in that corner. I'm trying to switch positions there a little bit. But anyway, I would love. There's five of y'all up there in the lurker loft, and I've heard from Wendy and I've heard from Mama Mermaid, but I'd love to hear from the other two of you, I suppose, that are still up there. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I mean, are you in favor of what you saw? Are you against what you saw? What do you think? Are you here just to try to figure out what old Mutt's doing? Old Mutt's sitting in his chair on this live talking about the disaster that is the 2024 Olympics. And that's all I plan to do is talk about the disaster that is the 2024 Olympics. I just hope it's not a disaster that leads to death or injury. But I may be hoping against hope on that one. Because mark my words, it's not something that will surprise me in the least if it does happen. So, y'all feel free to make a comment, hang out. I have no idea what sport they're supposed to be doing today or how this power outage is going to affect any of that. I know that I believe they're 7 hours ahead of us here on the East Coast, so it's like 7:30-ish there, I think. I know that when I was watching the feed earlier of another YouTuber, you could hear people screaming and trying to figure stuff out. So I don't know how much this is going to throw them off or how long the power outage has lasted or will last. Personally, I think it would be hilarious if it lasted the whole 2 weeks. I really would. I would find that extremely, extremely funny. So, but yeah. I did not do StreamYard on this one. I'm not paying for the StreamYard, so I'm using the free, and we want to make sure we've got enough time for the rest of the month. So I didn't go and put this up on StreamYard, so I can't add the chat link for y'all to hop up if you want. YouTube doesn't have that feature on it, YouTube itself, unfortunately. But I really would like to hear some of y'all's opinions. I mean, I've been rambling for over half an hour now about what my opinions are, and I kind of have an idea of what Wendy thinks. But I'd love to hear the opinions of some other folks. All right, Wendy, you have a good one, sweetie. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. I'm not going to be on but another few minutes anyway, I don't think. So, especially if I'm down to 2 people. And if it's 2 people in the lurker loft and nobody wants to talk, I've pretty much said what I needed to say, so, and what I felt led to say. So if no one else cares to join the conversation, I'll go ahead here in just a few seconds and go ahead and end the stream. I wish all of y'all a very good rest of your weekend. If anything new pops up, I'll go live. Don't forget to get your Naked Bagpiper merch or your Celtic Mutt clothing merch by simply going to Celticmutt.com and following the links there. Also, if you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you're not already. And be sure to join us every Wednesday for Mrs. Mutt and I's Conversation with the Mutts. This coming week, we're doing Don't Call Us Mall Part 2. It's about female American gangsters. And the following week, we will be doing American Trivia Night. So, y'all know what's coming up for the next 2 weeks anyway. Until then, y'all take care of yourselves and each other. And we will see you when we see you. All right, gang. Take care.